Data centers are driving up the demand for electricity in Tennessee, and a new report says your power bills could go up because of it. WSMV's Brendan Tierney looks at the impact they're already having on some parts of the state.
Home power bills are feeling the impacts of data centers opening up in communities, according to a new report from ThinkTennessee.
So this is a trend that's worth watching closely.
Chris Candelaria led the report that found electricity usage has increased more than 7 times over the past 5 years as data centers opened in the Tennessee Valley region. Areas with data centers saw the average power bill go up, but it wasn't even across the board. Researchers say residential customers saw their bills jump 3.2%, while commercial customers, including data centers, saw their bills slightly decrease.
We know that the data centers are coming, and the report's really just forecasting that this situation may play out in more places across the state.
Chris says policies like the data center zoning restrictions Metro Council is working on will be key to protecting families.
Just kind of safety for the environment and pollution and all that type of stuff, exactly.
Alex Kardokis is one of the 500,000 people to sign the petition against the data center at the zoo, but he's now concerned about the impact data centers will have across the city.
NES, we don't want that to go higher because it's already expensive in Nashville, so don't want that to be a reason.
Chris says the study looked at information from across the country to find how data centers are already impacting communities and what Middle Tennessee needs to plan for.
There's an issue with how is that going to affect our current grid infrastructure? And this is the key question.
Chris says the report found it's all a balancing act because data centers create more jobs and opportunities along with these potential problems. In Nashville, Brendan Tierney, WSMV4.